Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Monday morning. We do have critical fuels across the region here, particularly in the central mountains and the Snake River Plain and portions of the southern highlands. Looking at satellite imagery this morning, we do have a weak low-pressure trough off the northwest coast, but solidly entrenched here across the Four Corners region is this high-pressure ridge. We do see some moisture rotating up through there, particularly a disturbance lifting up along the periphery of the ridge into southern Idaho this morning, which is producing some light precipitation returns and actually some lightning strikes in this area of precipitation through the central mountains here. Looking at our forecast charts for this afternoon, the models do indicate a pretty broad area of showers and thunderstorm activity here across the central mountains, and to a lesser extent activity here across portions of the Snake River Plain and eastern highlands. If I were to show you some of the high-res convective models, we do see, the potential for thunderstorms almost everywhere. So based on what we've seen, at least consistently, we did go ahead and upgrade fire weather watch that we had for the central mountains to a red flag warning this afternoon for scattered thunderstorms and gusty outflow winds. We are looking at daytime highs today running upwards of close to 90 degrees here in the eastern Magic Valley, 80s here throughout the remainder of the Snake River Plain, and certainly upper 70s to upper 80s here in the lower valley locations of the central mountains, and some higher readings here, generally mid-80s to mid-90s here across the southern highlands. Advancing to Tuesday afternoon, we see a low-pressure system beginning to develop off the northwest coast here along the western coast of Canada. That high-pressure ridge still remaining in place here across the Four Corners. Things remaining a little more stable now as that disturbance pushes off into the Dakotas. So we do have an isolated chance or a slight chance of thunderstorms here along the Montana border near Salmon here Tuesday afternoon, but the rest of the region should be relatively dry and stable. As this trough accentuates on Wednesday or begins to deepen, we begin to see a push of monsoon moisture lifting up through Utah. In fact, here's the main disturbance right here, moving up through Wendover. And we should see a good chance of precipitation here across at least the southeast highlands, maybe even some isolated activity here along the periphery of the monsoon push Wednesday afternoon. By Thursday, that low-pressure trough now beginning to move into southwest Canada, so the flow is increasing across the region and intermingling with this moisture that we saw from the monsoon push coming up on Wednesday. So the interaction of moisture with this stronger flow is producing some pretty good thunderstorm activity across the region, favoring the mountainous regions here in the central and southeast mountains. May see fire weather highlights on this particular day. And that low-pressure system continuing to push east on Friday. Looks like the best activity will be up here into Montana and possibly northwest Wyoming, with some lingering showers extending back into southeast Idaho. This may also be our best day for some wind here, especially across the central mountains, as this low-pressure system works east along the Canadian border. That's all I had for you here this morning. If you had any comments or questions, please give us a call at the number on the screen. Thank you.